Hi, welcome to Christina Talks Radio, Holistic Human Design. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 4-6 profile in human design. Have you heard of your profile, type, and authority? Everyone has a unique profile based on your human design. Today, we're talking about the 4-6. The fourth line again is opportunistic. The sixth line is the role model. And before we go any deeper, I want to say something important. In human design, the only thing that truly matters is surrendering to your inner knowing and living out your strategy as a person based on your type. Everything else helps us understand and the flavor of our life. The profile in your design shows the character you play in life. It's not something you think your way into. It's something that you have to surrender to. It's not something you optimize. It's something you surrender to. It's not something you force. It's something you surrender to. I say surrender intentionally. Surrendering to who we are and what we are allows us to manifest the dreams of our lifetime. Dreams we may not even be aware we have because we haven't surrendered to our form. Because if you're a 4-6, the hardest truth to learn is this. You cannot mind or think your way into the right people, the right life, or the right opportunities. And trust me, many of us try. We try to figure people out. We people please. We overthink relationships. We chase connection. We try to become lovable. We try to manage who stays. We try to control outcomes. We think, how do I make this relationship work? How do I keep this person? How do I find my people? And here's where human design becomes really humbling. Your mind is not the authority. Your mind is not here to run your life. The mind is here to surrender. Now, depending on what level of human design you've studied, you may have heard language around personality, design, mind, and something called the not self. In my lived experience, so much of life is trying to figure out how to protect yourself, how to get what you want, trying to secure love, trying to avoid rejection, trying to make things work, trying to decide who belongs, who stays, who is safe, who is my person. Your inner authority already knows, your body already knows. I really want to slow down there because this matters. Your body knows. Your inner knowing knows. The mind, it'll narrate, it'll think, it'll try and figure it out. The mind justifies, the mind fears, the mind plans, the mind obsesses. But your authority knows. And for a 4-6, surrendering to that inner knowing changes everything. So let's talk about what I've personally observed as a 4-6. The first thing, what are the right relationships? And this one was painful for me to learn because the fourth line is relational. Life changes through people, through the opportunities that people present to you and you them. But I don't actually think the fourth line thrives through random strangers in the way modern culture often teaches. Honestly, a lot of dating culture feels very fifth line coded to me. Meet a stranger, instant chemistry, projection, expectation, fantasy. That's for the fifth line. For many 4-6s, life unfolds differently. And the more you water the right network, the more life opens. And not just more people, correct people, mutual people, nourishing people, people that want to support you financially, mentally, and emotionally. The people your body relaxes around. The people who naturally make space for you to become more yourself. And here's the hard part. Your mind doesn't get to decide who those people are. That's surrender. Sometimes we think, but I want this person, but this relationship makes sense. We have so much chemistry. I feel so much for them. But if I just try harder, and meanwhile, your inner authority is quietly whispering something else, sometimes screaming something else. The second thing I've learned, trust that becoming yourself is enough. This took time for me. They say it's a 7-year cycle, and it is a 7-year cycle of deconditioning that repeats. This took me time because I think for many 4-6s, there can be pressure to perform, prove, heal, optimize, become, fix, survive in this world. But over time, the sixth line matures. The role model matures and something changes. You begin to realize that simply becoming more authentically yourself is powerful. Not louder, not more impressive, not more lovable, just more true. And people feel that. The right people feel that. The wrong people will be repulsed by it, be triggered by it. Even if you have the right people in your life, they can still be triggered by your authenticity. The third thing, surrender the mind. And I mean really surrender. Not spiritually bypass it, not pretend fear doesn't exist, but stop letting fear drive. Stop letting the mind convince you it has to micromanage your whole existence, that you can't just sit and listen to the birds or watch a TV show. Because the mind thinks it's in control. It narrates, it justifies, it fears, it plans, it obsesses, but your authority already knows more than your fear does. And I think that's one of the deepest lessons of being an opportunistic role model 4/6 profile. The paradox is the more I stop trying to control who stays, who chooses me, who sees me, or where life goes, the more life unfolds in beautiful and meaningful ways. The more aligned relationships show up, the more ease appears, the more authentic I become, the more authentic you become. Surrender is not giving up. Surrender is trusting what is deeper than our mind, trusting what already knows, trusting your body, trusting your authority, trusting that your life unfolds correctly when you stop trying to force yourself into places, jobs, people, situations, life experiences, and timelines that aren't actually yours. And if you're listening to this and realizing, okay, I understand this intellectually, but how do I actually live this? You don't have to figure it out alone. You can book an impact session with me if you want support understanding your chart, your design, your authority, or what surrender and authenticity actually looks like for you. Human design to me isn't about becoming somebody else. It's about surrendering enough to finally become more of who you already are. You can also find this information on the Skool platform, skool.com, or the app, and search for Holistic Human Design. Most of the information on Skool is free. All you have to do is subscribe to the Holistic Human Design container, but there are special articles for members only. Learning to hear your inner truth is about surrender, experiment, and play. And being a 4/6 is about surrendering enough to finally become more of who you already are inside your network. 4/6s are the natural networkers. They're the people who breathe through their tribe, through their family, through their people, through their connections at work. And the opportunities come to them through that. Learning how to trust your own inner knowing instead of letting the mind run the show will show you opportunities you could have never imagined. It's truly beautiful. I'll put my information below if you want to work together. You can check out the Skool Network or Human Design Parents group on Facebook. You can also reach out to me at holistichd.com. Whether you're a 4/6, a 1/3, a 2/4, 5/1, a 3/5, I hope you would know that network for a 4/6 is lifeblood and that those 4/6s in your life, they love you. And I hope you love yourself enough to trust and surrender into the character you were born to be. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. It supports me and my network.